Hi, my name is Francis. I'm a data proxy and I'm here to help you producing high quality data. And in the sixth installment, we'll look into data ownership. Am I sounding like a data socialist? We are here in the Botanical Garden, a place which I really love. It's an oasis of green and quiet in the city, and it belongs to the most favorite working places where I go undisturbed. So, back to data ownership. I could read out the paragraphs of the law here, but that would be a dry matter. So, let me discuss it along an analogy. So, what if I collected some fruits from some trees in the woods? If I'm on public land, the ownership is clear. The fruit belongs to the public, I am the public, and I can take it and eat it. But what about fruits being harvested on a private land? I would have to ask the owner. It's not a public good anymore, and of course they can sell me the fruit. So now the data law states that the data created on platforms belongs to the platform's owners because it's private property, unless you mark it explicitly as your own, so don't forget to set your data ID on your logo. Most of the data that we produce stems from transactions. That is all kinds of messaging, social media, money transfer, buying stuff with your credit card, and so on. However, you do not just produce your own transaction data. Transaction data can be harvested and combined into analytical data, or it can be just taken from you on platforms through unfair contracts. So you provide it for free in exchange for using their services. Bye-bye data. Since much of the online space today is privately owned, data production has become more unfair than it initially seemed. And when I discussed that with Margret from the Data Equality Foundation, I thought she somehow overstated data ownership, racial gender bias, social problems which arise from that. I thought she made it up, like, well, she's an activist, so she has to be activistic. The more I'm thinking about it, and the more I observe what's going on, I begin to believe her. That douchebag CEO for whom I almost was working is legally harvesting data of the dating platform users. And then he keeps the users on the platform using fake AI chatbots. Surplus data production of the commons gets privatized and it feeds the data rich. Now I'm getting a bit philosophical here, but stay with me. I promise it's worth it. So, how do we deal with aggregated data socially beyond the individual? There have been ideas to create data worker unions. These proposals never have gotten impact beyond the imaginary. Some American professors at MIT have proposed a data cooperatives and came up with some complicated software which establishes formal data personas and automatically connects your data ID. You basically join a big data pool. At the same time, you're losing your individual data rights, I would argue. Come on, that borders on data socialism, and who would want that? So there's, however, one concept which I find interesting, and it's called the personal data stores, and should work both for socialists and capitalists. And in a personal data store, all data is automatically ID'd. It stays with you. That is, it is not on a platform, and it is encrypted. So data doesn't leave you. The algorithm has to come to you, to your data store. And that's really cool stuff. You know, I could go on for hours. Main point here is the data production law assigns you to produce a certain amount of data each month. And you need to match this minimum requirement. What I can do for you, in addition to consulting you in data production itself, is to make sure your data is actually attributed to you. I can clarify the purpose your data may be used for. I can clarify how aggregated data and transactional data, how analytical data and non-data shall be treated, how it is compensated, and also when your data must be deleted by third parties. I was motivated by recent events like the dating site shitshow to think about where I stand with this. Do just some people betray others or nudge them into giving away their data more or less for free, or is it a systematic thing that is inherent to data production? Like the Data Equality Foundation says, like Professor Colvin says here on the vlog, like many others said, I don't know. Does society really need to support the data poor? Am I sounding like a data socialist? Well, enough for this vlog. See you around next time.